Hello. I'm gonna talk about how weird coincidences happening in your life, things like people popping up and these synchronicities, you know, um, and how it boils down to how this matrix tracks you. So this matrix could track you, like you could think about a certain topic or talk about it, and you'll get it recommended to you because it could pick up on it, especially the waves. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to a certain area and it has Wi-Fi because the waves, it has radio waves. You know, the telephone tower. It's the same thing with you. You know, you could be talking to about something to somebody, you get it recommended because the voice box may be on your phone too. That's the same thing. Why all these weird coincidences happen, especially in this matrix, because they have what you call as nanoparticles. You know what I'm saying? This thing's try to like, you know, it tries to like access you so it can hook you on the system. That's what it has. You know, you know, by drugs, a lot of things, pills, you know, there's a lot of just vices because that nanoparticles, like, especially when you go inside your house, the AC, it has certain chemicals. That's why you don't want to get out of the bed or you do that because it has certain things. I want you to do an experiment, right? Turn your AC off. It's going to be hard for you to go to sleep because they're so hot. But when you turn the AC on, in a couple minutes, you're knocked out because it has certain chemicals. That's why, like, when you have your fan on, your nose is like stuffed. It has chemicals keeping you trapped. Matrix is. I'm not saying that you're being a like you're raising your frequency. You know, it's kind of like it's like losing access to you. Like, you know, it's trying to ping you again. That's why it's like these things were happening on overload. Weird coincidence because your energy is rising up. You know, so it's gonna trigger you again. It's gonna go back to what you did before because it's a glitch. You know, and that is what's going on. You know, as you're raising your vibration, and this is gonna keep happening as you're on this path. You know, so it's important to build your discipline. You know what I'm saying, and set your foundation. I believe if you have finances, you're able to get away certain environments that trigger you to go to the same patterns again. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know, if you have money, you can limit it by 50%. You know, you can lower it by 50%. You know, that's why people leave certain environments. So it is to trigger them to do certain behaviors again. You know, not do drugs. That's how this reality works and how they track you down. It's the nanoparticles. You know, you know, it's trying to trigger you again. You know, so that's why you just be careful on what you're watching or whatever. You know, like these things are happening to you over and over again to trigger you. Like you're doing an activity, you want to do something, you set an intention to do something, and certain things will like happen. A person will pop up. You think they're right for you or this or like that. No, that's just the matrix. That's the frequency. You know, this world is duality, is yin yang, is relative. So these things are gonna happen on both ends. So somebody's gonna pop up in your life and they're gonna just try to like get you to that level again. They're gonna try to lower you. That's just how it is. And you realize this person is a really high frequency. They're talking about the same drama, man. It's just to distract you. All these distractions is, it's usually 90% negative. It's to lower you, you know. If they don't lower you, then it just terminates you. It kills you. That's just what it is. You know, it's just trying to subdue you so you don't rise above. And that's how it is. It's not designed for you to be high frequency, you know. That's why when you start to scroll, you start to feel like lightheaded, dizzy. You just feel sick because that's what it's doing to you. You don't feel good being on here. I'll say use it for the right reasons. If you're like, starting a business or reaching out to people, your message. So when you're reaching your message, I'm not saying it doesn't have mind control. What you're doing is reversing the effects of that. You're reversing it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a double-edged sword. So, you're playing their game in a different way. Like, you're reversing it. And they don't really want you to do that. That's why these things are happening. You know? It's to trigger you. So you can, to normalize characteristics that adds on to the basic functions of this reality. It's trying to get you to be normal again. You don't ever want to be normal. You want to be above. Like when you overdo something, you rise above something, there's a tipping point. So things happen. Just how when you feel mad, you might not get mad instantly, but it boils over, you know, and it builds up and you snap. That's what it is. Have you ever been talking to somebody like, there was like they're talking about their problems to you and they start to like cry and break down and then they'll start to like explain clearly about what's going on and their problems, and now they feel clear to tell you. That's just what this reality was going to try to break you down. You know what I'm saying? And by the time you speak up or do something, it's kind of too late. You don't really have the will, you know? They're trying to make you helpless and defeated, you know? When you try to rise above that, things start to happen. You start to make a lot of mistakes. Things just interfere with you so you don't like become like level-headed so you can progress faster. That's just what it is. So hope you become aware of that. This is going to constantly happen, especially in your environment. So it's important you try to figure a way out or step away, go outside so it doesn't trigger you, because it's going to try to succumb you. It's a battle. It's like a tug of war. So be aware of that, you know, especially when you're retaining your sexual energy. You're not talking to, a people, a partner, or whatever. Like, that's going to do it. The Kundalini energy has a snake logo. So when you raise your energy, you're going to have these tingling sensations. That means you're rising above, your lower functions. And things are going to happen in your reality. It's changing the way your body is, your astral body, your metaphysical, your energy, which has a certain aura. So it's going to be detected. So now the opposite is going to happen where you get recommended certain like NSFW content, explicit content, or girls you talk to because it's part of that line of frequency, you know, that was opposing. Things are gonna happen. You know how you do something, things just pop up, things because you're rising above. It's like you're going down to go up. That's just what it is. It's a cycle. It's cyclical. So that is going to happen, and it's all an illusion. Don't fall for it. So you can go back to square one. That snake energy or whatever, how it has a snake in the logo, it's like a snake. It's unpredictable. It crawls. You know, it's sneaky. That's what it does. Things just pop up out of nowhere. It is a coincidence. It was calculated, bro. It's an algorithm. That's how the girl just popped into your life and want to talk to you. They're trying to get you to that level again so you can chase it and get into that subpar frequency again of this matrix. You know, you know. I want to say just this realm, man, and don't feed it. Leave it alone. It's all negative. That's all it is. They can't really do nothing to you. They can just affect your energy. It's all mental. They're not gonna actually just kill you. It's all mental. So it's important that you have willpower. If you have willpower and foundations, there's nothing they can really do to you. You know? Turning Or you watch something, right, and something negative just pops up. You get tired of it. You know it's not good, but then it's like it makes you feel a certain way where you don't even want to do anything anymore. So now it's like it's easier for you in that type of state to slip up and try to ease yourself to feel good again, which is like, it could be a trap, so be careful, man. Always have that restraint and control, you know, always be that, always have it. And there's nothing much they can really do to you. You know what I'm saying? And no.